Did you know that a few simple choices you make just before your head hits the pillow could dramatically influence how sharp, clear, and vibrant your brain feels, not just tomorrow, but for all the years to come? Many of us are incredibly diligent about our daytime habits, the healthy foods, the exercise, the mental puzzles. But what if I told you that the real secret to preserving your brain power after 60 might actually unfold in those quiet moments right before sleep? It's a notion that's often overlooked, yet it could be the key to unlocking a brighter, more focused mind. Are you, perhaps without even realizing it, missing a crucial opportunity to nurture your brain when it needs it most? We're often so focused on what to do during the day that we forget the profound impact of how we end it. Think about it. Your body rests at night, but your brain? Oh, your brain is hard at work. It's like a diligent night crew, sorting through the day's information, filing away important memories, clearing out cellular debris, essentially performing vital maintenance. But here's the catch. What if this diligent crew isn't getting the right tools, the right environment, or even the right signals to do its job effectively? Imagine, for a moment, that you're unknowingly starving your brain of what it needs for this nightly restoration. That's a powerful thought, isn't it? It's not about physical hunger in your stomach, but a more subtle, almost hidden starvation. A lack of the specific support your brain craves to regenerate. Night after night, if this quiet neglect continues, the effects can start to build. You might notice it as a bit of morning fog that's harder to shake, a name that's just on the tip of your tongue but won't come, or that frustrating feeling of walking into a room and forgetting why you went in there. Does any of this sound familiar? These aren't just inevitable signs of aging. They could be signals that your brain isn't getting the nighttime nourishment it desperately requires. You see, many of us in the Western world have been taught to almost fear eating at night, or we're so caught up in our busy evenings, glued to screens, that we tumble into bed without a second thought to preparing our minds for rest. But what if this approach is fundamentally flawed, especially as we mature? What if these common habits are inadvertently setting the stage for cognitive slowdown? Consider this. The brain, particularly after 60, becomes more sensitive. Its rhythms can be more easily disrupted. If it doesn't receive the clear signal that it's safe to switch from active day mode to nightly repair mode, it can remain in a state of low-grade alertness, never fully entering those deep, restorative phases of sleep where the real magic of memory consolidation and toxin clearance happens. It's like a librarian trying to organize an entire library in the dim, flickering light with half the necessary tools missing. The work just doesn't get done properly. I remember hearing stories, perhaps you do too, of vibrant individuals who, as they got older, started to experience those unsettling slips in memory. And so often, the focus is on complex medical solutions, when perhaps, just perhaps, a part of the answer lies in something as simple and profound as a mindful, nourishing end to the day. This isn't about some complicated, time-consuming regimen. It's about gentle, intentional practices that can make a world of difference. So what if there was a time-honored approach, drawing from wisdom that understands the deep connection between mind, body, and rhythm, that could help you send that crucial all-clear for restoration signal to your brain? Let's explore what this kind of holistic, brain-boosting nighttime ritual might look like, and how you can start incorporating it, perhaps even tonight. First, let's talk about food. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: eat before bed? won't that cause indigestion or weight gain? And that's a valid concern if we're talking about a heavy meal or sugary snacks, but we're not. We're talking about a small, warm, easily digestible offering that actually supports your brain's nighttime work. Think of it as a gentle lullaby for your nervous system. In Japanese tradition, something like a small bowl of warm miso broth with a few pieces of soft tofu is common. Why this combination? The miso, being fermented, is kind to your gut, and a happy gut is increasingly linked to a happy brain. The tofu offers light, easily processed protein, providing amino acids that are building blocks for neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers crucial for brain function and mood. The warmth itself is soothing, calming the digestive system and signaling relaxation. Other wonderful options could be a soft-boiled egg, a powerhouse of choline vital for memory, perhaps with a few spears of lightly steamed asparagus, or a small piece of white fish gently cooked with a bit of ginger, which is known for its anti-inflammatory properties. The key here is light, warm, and clean. What you absolutely want to avoid are sugary foods or drinks, which can send your blood sugar on a roller coaster, disrupting sleep architecture. Cold foods can be a shock to the system, and heavily processed items are just an unnecessary burden when your body is trying to wind down. It's not about volume, it's about the quality and the intention behind the nourishment. Are you giving your brain the gentle fuel it needs, or are you inadvertently causing it more stress? This is a far cry from the advice many receive to simply stop eating hours before bed without considering the body's and specifically the brain's needs during that long overnight fast. Especially after 60, your body can enter a catabolic state more quickly. A small, nutrient-rich offering can help prevent the brain from sending out fuel shortage alarm bells, allowing it to focus on repair rather than conservation. Next, let's consider your surroundings. Is your bedroom a true sanctuary for sleep, or is it an extension of your busy day? The transition to restorative sleep begins long before your eyes close. One of the biggest culprits in disrupting our natural sleep-wake cycle, or circadian rhythm, is blue light emitted from screens, our phones, tablets, computers, and televisions. This light essentially tells your brain it's still daytime, stay alert. This, in turn, suppresses the production of melatonin, the crucial hormone that signals your body it's time to sleep. So, what's the simple fix? Make a commitment to turn off all screens at least 30 minutes, or ideally an hour, before you plan to sleep. It might feel challenging at first, but the improvement in your sleep quality could be remarkable. Instead, what if you embraced a softer end to your day, perhaps dim the lights in your home? If possible, open a window for a few minutes to let in some fresh air, which can be incredibly calming. Consider lighting a candle with a soothing scent like lavender, or return to the simple pleasure of reading a physical book, especially something uplifting, poetic, or spiritual. This isn't just about avoiding the bad, it's about actively inviting the good, creating an atmosphere of peace that tells every cell in your body it's time to unwind. Does your current evening routine truly prepare you for deep, healing rest? Now, let's turn inward. Even with the perfect food and a peaceful environment, a racing mind can be the biggest barrier to restorative sleep. This is where practices like mindful breathing and gratitude come into play, and their power is backed by compelling science. Have you ever noticed how your breathing changes when you're stressed versus when you're relaxed? Deep, slow breathing, sometimes called diaphragmatic or hara breathing in Japanese traditions, can be a profound tool. Try this. Inhale slowly and deeply into your belly, feeling it expand, and then exhale even more slowly, perhaps making the exhale a little longer than the inhale. Just 5 minutes of this can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest system, lowering cortisol levels and slowing your heart rate. It's a direct message to your brain: you are safe, you can release the day. And what about gratitude? It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But studies are increasingly showing that a regular gratitude practice can lead to better sleep, reduced feelings of anxiety and depression, and even improved memory recall. Before bed, try writing down just 3 small things you were grateful for that day. They don't have to be monumental. Perhaps it was a warm cup of tea, a kind word from a friend, or the beauty of a sunset. By focusing on the good, you're shifting your brain's chemistry. You're reducing its perception of threat and activating areas associated with calm and emotional regulation. It's almost like giving your brain a dose of natural medicine, priming it for a night of peaceful restoration. When was the last time you consciously acknowledged the good in your day before closing your eyes? This concept of Shin-Shin Ichinyo, the unity of mind and body, is so central to this approach. It's recognizing that these elements aren't separate. They profoundly influence each other. The food you eat, the light you see, the air you breathe, the thoughts you think, they all weave together to create the tapestry of your well-being. Finally, let's not forget the body itself. But we're not talking about strenuous exercise right before bed. That would be counterproductive. Instead, think of soft, mindful movement, almost like a gentle unfolding. Just 5 to 10 minutes can be enough. Begin with slow neck rolls, releasing any tension held there. Move to gentle shoulder circles, forwards and backwards, perhaps a soft forward fold, letting your spine lengthen and your head hang heavy. Each movement should be an invitation to let go, to release the physical burdens of the day. Why does this work? Gentle movement increases blood flow, not just to your muscles, but to your brain as well. It helps to calm the sympathetic nervous system and further encourages that shift into repair mode. And here's a crucial sequence often emphasized: movement, then nourishment. The idea is that the movement prepares the stage, enhancing circulation and receptivity, so that when you do have your small, warm, nourishing snack, your brain can absorb those nutrients more effectively. It's like tilling the soil before planting the seeds. Are you giving your body this chance to unwind physically before asking it to rest? So, what does this all mean for you tonight? It means you have an incredible opportunity to actively participate in your brain's health and vitality. This isn't about adding another complicated list of shoulds to your life. It's about choosing a few simple, gentle practices that resonate with you and weaving them into a comforting, consistent ritual. Imagine this: an hour before bed, you dim the lights and put away your phone. You prepare a small bowl of warm miso soup, or perhaps a cup of calming chamomile tea. As you sip it slowly, you reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. Then you spend 5 minutes doing some gentle stretches, breathing deeply, feeling the tension melt away. You climb into bed, feeling calm, nourished, and ready for truly restorative sleep. How different might your mornings feel? How much sharper and more energetic could you be throughout your day? It's important to remember that consistency is key. The brain loves rhythm. When you consistently provide these cues, The gentle food, the dim light, the calm breathing, the soft movement. Your body learns the pattern. It understands that these signals mean it's time to switch gears, to enter that deep, healing state. Now, you might be thinking, what if I have digestive issues? Or what if I really can't eat anything before bed? If digestion is a concern, perhaps the focus is more on the warm, calming beverage like herbal tea, or even just the environmental and mental preparation. If fermented foods like miso are new to you, start with a very small amount. The principle is about gentle support, not rigid rules. The core idea is to listen to your body and find what truly soothes and prepares your system for rest. This approach beautifully reframes how we often think about aging and memory. We're so often told that memory loss is an inevitable decline, but what if, for many, it's not so much an irreversible fading as it is a consequence of a brain that's been subtly, chronically undernourished and overstimulated at the very time it needs peace and resources for repair. The brain isn't inherently fragile, it's incredibly resilient. But it is hungry for the right conditions, thirsty for calm, and attuned to rhythm. When we forget that, we might indeed age faster in mind than we should. But when we remember to feed it properly, move gently, and create the conditions for deep sleep, the mind can remain surprisingly bright and agile, even into our later years. So, before you turn in tonight, I invite you to ask yourself, am I truly preparing my mind for clarity? Am I giving my brain the best possible chance to do its vital nighttime work? Or could a few small adjustments to my evening routine unlock a new level of mental well-being? The beauty of this is its simplicity and its gentleness. It's not about force, it's about fostering a loving, intentional end to your day. It's an offering to yourself, a commitment to your own vibrant health. What's one small change, one gentle step from what we've discussed that you feel you could try this week? Perhaps it's putting your phone away 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's trying a warm, calming drink. Or perhaps it's simply taking 5 deep breaths before you sleep. Don't feel you have to do everything at once. Small, consistent actions are what build lasting habits and profound results. We've explored how easily overlooked habits might be impacting your brain, and more importantly, how simple, intentional rituals can nourish and protect your cognitive strength. Remember, your brain is your most precious asset. Tending to it with care, especially in those crucial pre-sleep hours, isn't just an investment in your tomorrows. It's an investment in a life filled with clarity, engagement, and joy. If this conversation has sparked something in you, if it's made you think differently about your evenings, I'd love to hear about it. What's one takeaway that resonated with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's support each other on this journey to better brain health. And if you found this information valuable, please consider liking this video and sharing it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into thriving as you age. Thank you for joining me, and here's to many nights of truly restorative sleep and many days of a sharp, vibrant mind.